Hi, good morning, Warrior Mamas. Sam McCormick here, founder of the Warrior Mamas movement. And today I have a lovely Amelia with me here on my lap. And today I wanted to talk about why it's harder than ever to lose weight. Now, I know this is something that I struggled with, and many of the women that I have helped have struggled with as well. It seems like the weight just sticks and you can't get rid of it. It is so easy to gain weight, but it is nearly impossible to lose it. And that's what I really wanted to talk about today. So, where did this all start for me? Well, if you've watched any of my previous videos, when I first started on my health and wellness journey, this was one of the first books that I read called The Blue Zone Solution. It was written by a man called Dan Buettner. Now, he is a National Geographic Fellow, and he spent years with his research team researching what he calls the Blue Zones. Now, the Blue Zones are areas around the world where people are living into their 90s or their 100s without any disease, and these people are like crazy active. They're not the typical, older people that you see in America who are living in nursing homes, unable to take care of themselves. The people in the blue zones are insanely active, taking care of themselves and their families, still at 90 and 100, which is insane. So, after years of researching these blue zones, he wrote this book, which is called The Blue Zone Solution. And within it, he talks about why it is harder than ever for people in the U.S. to lose weight. Now, why does the weight stick? Well, in so many parts of the U.S., Americans are drowning in a sea of cheap calories that are impossible to escape. We cannot walk through an airport, pay cash for gasoline, or buy cough medicine without being confronted by a barrage of salty snacks, candy bars, and sodas. I'm sure you've seen this in every single store that I go in. There is always a candy aisle right next to the registers and always a cooler full of sodas. So you can't go anywhere without being confronted by all of these really horrible things for your health. High sugar snacks are even disguised as health bars. If you see any of these health bars or energy bars, they usually have tons of added sugars. So make sure if you are buying these bars that you are checking the ingredients list and the nutrition list. Restaurateurs have also figured out that they can make a bigger profit with bigger servings, which means that quite often we overeat when we go out to breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Now, with help from the brightest minds on Madison Avenue, the food industry spends $11 billion every single year to entice us to buy their products. And most of these are sugared, salted, flavor-enhanced processed foods like pizzas, pastries, chips, and sodas. And all of these foods are what is contributing not only to obesity in our country and us not being able to lose weight, but also the big diseases like cancer, heart disease, and diabetes. On average, the average American now consumes 46 slices of pizza, 200 pounds of meat, and 607 pounds of milk and other dairy products, and washes it down with 57 gallons of soda every single year. Now, that sounds crazy when you think about it, but compare it to how many fruits and vegetables the average American consumes. It is much, much less than all of this. Yes, Jasper.
I love you.
I love you too, honey.
More here, Mom.
I see, sweetie. We also consume 8,000 teaspoons of added sugar in our foods and 79 pounds of fat every single year.
No.
Nationally, we eat 4.5 billion pounds of French fries and 2 billion pounds of chips every single year. Now, all of these foods is what is contributing to our national obesity and why we cannot lose weight, because the foods that are constantly put in front of us are all of the foods that are horrible for us. Yes, Jasper.
I love French fries.
I know you love French fries. And this is why, again, we cannot lose weight and why we are so overweight and suffering from these diseases that you don't see in other areas of the world. So, what does this mean for us? Does this mean that we are bad people? That we lack the discipline of our forefathers and the people that came before us? That we care less about our health and our children's health than our grandparents did? Of course, it doesn't mean that. It just means that all of these foods are now readily available and being pushed in front of us by all of the advertisement that we see every single day. So then what has really happened in the past half century to change our health so drastically? Well, what has happened is that we have gone from an environment of hardship and scarcity to one of abundance and ease. So how can we make the most of this abundance without letting it ruin our health? Well, the traditional answer has always had something to do with individual responsibility. Now, I've heard this many, many times from different people all over the place, health and diet programs. And my doctor even told me this, that I needed to get on a diet and exercise program, even though I already was. I was trying all of the popular diets and exercising like crazy, and it wasn't working for me because nobody was talking to me about healthy diets and the foods that I needed to eat to be able to lose weight naturally and healthy and to really heal my body. Everybody just wants to tell you exercise and diet more, right? Well, the problem with this plan, not only that it doesn't talk about nutrition, but also that it requires long-term discipline and routine, both of which actually go against human nature and our evolutionary design. Now, the human psyche craves the new and the novel, right? We get bored very easily, and we love to experience new things. So even if a strategy works for a while, the urge to try something new eventually is going to take over.
Too, Mom.
I love you too, sweetheart. And that is something you can't avoid, right? It's biologically programmed into our psyche. So this means that most people stick with diets for less than 7 months and often only for a few weeks. I know that I have definitely been a victim of this New Year's resolution. You resolve at the first of the year that you're going to start exercising like crazy. And you stick with it for a few weeks, and then you're like, screw this. It doesn't really make a difference. I've lost like 2 pounds. I've been doing this for how long, and it's crazy. Jasper, leave for B. So that also is very natural. Don't beat yourself up about it. Jasper. So of 100 people who start, Jasper. Of 100 people who start a diet today, fewer than 5 will still be on that diet's maintenance program 2 years later. Now, as a strategy to lose weight, much less to avoid heart attacks or live longer, diets are largely useless. Now, deploying discipline is like using a muscle. At a certain point, muscles fatigue, and eventually we break down and we eat that bag of chips. Again, this is totally natural. Jasper, stop, please. And it's to be expected. Again, do not beat yourself up over this. And this is a problem with all of the diet and exercise programs out there. One, they don't talk about nutrition, and 2, they expect you to keep doing the same things over and over again. So, what can we do? This is why I created the Warrior Mamas community and the Inner Circle program. Now, with the Warrior Mamas community, you can find the support and advice that you need to make long-term changes in your life. Obviously, we go live every week and we talk about various things that will help you make the hard choices and to make the steps and the transitions to having a healthier life and a healthier lifestyle. Now, the Inner Circle program, that is the paid membership, and that goes even deeper, giving you direct access to experts that will help you make the hard choices along your health and wellness journey, as well as a bunch of other really cool stuff, which is totally going to change your life if you are interested.
I'm interested too.
Glad you are, honey. So with all of that being said, I would love to invite you to come join me. If you want to learn more about the Inner Circle program, I would love for you to check out my free masterclass on how my husband and I changed our lives. We lost 90 pounds and healed our bodies simply by changing our diet and incorporating healthy habits into our daily life. And we feel better than we ever have in our entire lives. And it's not just my husband and I, it's also hundreds of other women that I've helped change their lives for the better using just nutrition education and daily habits for success. So you can access my free masterclass, where at the end I talk about the Inner Circle program. We'll put the link in the description of this video, Jasper. But you can also go to warriormamasmovement.com/free training-sign up, and you can sign up. So that is it for today, ladies. I hope that helped you. I hope you learned a little bit. Hope you love my children. I know I do. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments. Other than that, I hope you have a fabulous day. Bye-bye.